Today's tip of the day is an update on my Nike Free Trainers 3.0. Now I've had these trainers for about almost a week now, good 5 days. These are the brand new Nike Free Trainers 3.0. As I had mentioned in my first video, and if you haven't watched my first video, go back and watch the first video on these Nike Free Trainers. But I mentioned that it's very difficult to find Nike Free Trainers that are as low as a 3.0. Now, remember with Nike Free, whether it's the running or the training, the higher the number, the more support the shoe offers. So the numbers range from a free 3, a 4, and a 5. So the 3 is the lowest number. That's the most minimal free shoe they have. And Nike Free Trainers, typically I only find in a 4 or a 5, difficult to find in a 3. So I saw these new Nike trainers that are a 3.0, and I've been wearing them daily, all day for just about 5 days now. I really love the most minimal shoe that you can wear. I'm a firm believer in barefoot training and running, and we'll get into that in another video on the debate over that. But I like very minimal shoe when I train. What I've noticed about these Nike Free Trainers compared to my Nike Free Runs that I typically wear as a 3.0 as well, the trainers are far more stiffer. They provide more support, which for me, I personally don't like. So if that's something that you're interested in a training shoe, and then fine. And I will say I like the look of the shoe. The shoes go with most clothes and look, pretty good as either street shoes or training shoes. So they're nice from a standpoint of fashion and fitness, I guess you would say. They look pretty good whether you're wearing jeans or shorts, or if you're in full gym gear, which is pretty much what I wear all day. Any day, they look good just out on the street, but they're also functional. It's not like if you're wearing, I often wear Vans slip-ons, the old school Vans slip-ons. If I was going to run stairs in those things, maybe a minute or so, a few minutes would be fine. But if I'm going to go for a full workout in Vans, not going to happen. Whereas the Nike Free Trainers, I can get into full workout. But like I said, I don't like them due to the stiffness. They do provide a lot of support. I like a very minimal shoe. What I like about the Nike Free Run is that they literally slip on. They're the closest you can get to wearing just like a slip-on sock and having some padding and support under your feet. Nike Free Trainers, on the other hand, really feel like a shoe. So I noticed the difference. And for that reason, like I said, I don't prefer them. But when I'm out for a real run, I'm definitely sticking with my Nike Free Run 3.0s. And Nike wouldn't tell you anything different, actually. They tell you the same thing, that for weight training and cross training, the Free Trainer 3.0s would be a good choice. But if you're going out for real runs, did some serious running, whether it's sprinting, jogging, HIIT, go with the Nike Free Run 3.0s. If you want the minimalist feel like I do, that's what I'm going to stick with. Mainly I do like the Free Trainer 3.0s, but as far as comparing them to the Free Run 3.0s, I'll stick with the Free Run because, like I said, I like that real minimalist feel, and actually feel better running in the Free Run 3.0s. Remember now, my preference is for my biomechanics, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the Free Run 3.0s are going to be best for you, or even the Free Trainer 3.0s. And if you haven't used any of the Nike Frees before, you definitely don't want to jump right into a 3.0. You're going to have to, that's why they have the numbers, so that you can work your way down. You can't just go from using regular shoes to running barefoot or even running in minimalist shoes. So you have to start with the 5.0s, whether you go with the Free Run 5.0s or the Free Trainer 5.0s. You definitely want to start there if you haven't used any of the Nike Free. Let your feet get used to those. Then you can step down to the 4s, and then eventually down to the 3s. But again, try them out for yourself, and let me know how you guys like it. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Tell me if you've tried any of the Nike Frees, or what your favorite shoes are for training. Stay Gym Army Strong, guys.